Hello, everyone. Welcome to Everything Arsenal. Time for my Arsenal season predictions from top scorer to whether we are going to win the title or not, the most assists, and all of that good stuff. So, as always, comment down below where you disagree. Let me know whichever topic I'm talking about, what you think the right answer is, and which player is going to succeed in that particular category. But let's start with the top scorer. So, I'm going to give you my top scorer in terms of league and then the three top scorers in all competitions. I have gone for Bukayo Saka to finish as our Premier League top scorer. No surprises there. I think his numbers this season are going to rocket up even more. Like the last 2-3 seasons, he's been improving in terms of goals and assists. And I think once again he is going to blow like a lot of doubters away. If there's still any doubters, I am going to go for Bukayo Saka to finish with 16 goals in the Premier League. I think once again our season, a lot of players are going to mix in terms of goal scoring. There's going to be a lot of this one's scoring today, that one's scoring today. But I think Saka, considering as well, I think he's still going to be on a few penalties as well. And he's the way he just dominates left backs and stuff, I think he's going to get 16 goals in the Premier League. In terms of all competitions, I still feel like he's going to be our top scorer in all competitions. I'm backing him to get 20 goals in all competitions. That would be a great number for him. 20 goals. In all, considering as well, he's not going to play like the Carabao Cup games and stuff. So I'm looking at 16 goals in the Premier League and probably like 3 in the Champions League and 1 in the FA Cup, something like that. I'm going to go for Martin Odegaard to be our second top scorer. Last season he got 15 goals. This season I'm predicting him to get 15 goals as well. A few in the Champions League, a few in the Premier League, a few in the FA Cup. And on the same number of goals as Odegaard, I am going to predict Kai Havertz to get 15 goals. I think he will probably be one of those players who play all 4 competitions for us. Premier League comes on in the Carabao Cup or starts and gets subbed off, playing the FA Cup, playing the Champions League. Considering he's going to play a lot of games and he rarely gets injured and stuff, I'm going to go for him to get 15 goals. And I think at least 10 of them will be in the Premier League. Hopefully, I'd be very, very happy with that return. 15 goals for Havertz. Let them laugh, but he's going to get 15 goal returns for us. Let's hope one of them is in the Champions League final if I predict Arsenal to get there. So Saka top scorer in the Premier League, 16. All competitions, Saka with 20, Odegaard with 15, and Havertz with 15. What about the most assists? Now, last season, obviously, Odegaard and Saka dominated this category and Trossard when he came on. Martinelli didn't really get a lot of assists, but I am going to go for Martinelli to get top assister this season. We've already seen it in prison, and obviously at the end of last campaign, he was getting assists for Jesus against Liverpool, assists for Odegaard against West Ham. I think this season is going to start a lot. I think they're going to probably try to mark him a lot when it comes to goal scoring, but he's going to feed Jesus, feed Nketiah, feed Havertz, feed Saka, and I think he's going to get 12 assists in the Premier League. That will be a top assister. I'd not be surprised if it's Odegaard and Saka. Another reason I'm putting Martinelli at the top as well. I know when Trossard is on the pitch, Trossard will take the corners, but when Trossard is not on the pitch, Martinelli takes the corners from that side. So I think he's also going to get a couple of assists from corners. So Martinelli with 12. All competitions, Martinelli to get 15 assists, Saka to be second next to Trossard with 10 for both of them, 10 assists for both of them. I mean, the only reason I'm saying Trossard will get 10 assists is because he's not a guaranteed starter for us. If you're to tell me he's going to play all 38 Premier League games and play 6-7 games in the Champions League and we reach far in the FA Cup and Carabao Cup and he plays in all those competitions at least 50 games, I would literally say Trossard would get like 25 assists. I think he's that good. Like if he could get 10 assists in like 3 months for us when he signed for us, I think he's going to almost reach those numbers again. But I think it's going to be more of a balance this season. I'm going to go for Saka and Trossard to both get 10 assists and Martinelli to get 15 in all competitions. Best player. Who will be our best player this season? I'm going to back my guy, Martin Odegaard. Last season, I think it could have been anyone, man. I think it could have been Saka, it could have been Odegaard, it could have been Martinelli, Saliba. I think all of them are incredible. Who ended up getting it? I actually forgotten who got the top score. It was not Saka. Was it Odegaard? Odegaard won our player of the season, right? Was it him or Martinelli? One, I think it was Odegaard and then Martinelli and then Saka. If it was Odegaard, why have I forgotten last season already? I think it's going to be Odegaard once again to win our best player of the season. I think he's going to contribute a lot. Once again, he's improving every single time. The skills is the confidence he has on the pitch to perform those skills and to even try those skills. I think he's going to contribute a lot of goals and a lot of assists this season. And I think he's going to be our main guy in the Premier League and Champions League as well. The others could be rotated like Martinelli, Trossard could rotate. Party Rice could rotate, but I think Odegaard is going to start most of the games, and that will give him the best player of the season for us. Surprise player, hopefully everyone gets best player next season. That means everyone has performed well. Surprise of the season, I'm going to go with Fabio Vieira. A lot of people have asked for him to go. We've seen his qualities, that penalty against Man City, that goal against Barcelona, that penalty against was it Monaco in the Emirates Cup. I think he's going to perform once again. Not once again, he's going to finally perform for Arsenal this season. He'll probably help us reach the Carabao Cup final this season, and in the Premier League, I think is going to help a lot, coming on for Odegaard, sometimes coming on for Saka. I think Fabio Vieira will surprise a lot of people this season, and he'll also be the most improved player, just like Xhaka was last season. Those are individual awards, individual predictions. What about in terms of team predictions? How many goals are Arsenal going to score in the Premier League this season? Last season, we got 88 goals. We scored 4 against Brighton, 4 against Aston Villa, put 5 past the likes of Nottingham and Wolves. We even scored 3 against the likes of Liverpool, Man United, Tottenham. Like, we scored a lot of goals last season. We got 88 goals with Jesus missing 4 months, 88 goals with Nketiah missing a couple of months as well. It Trossard coming in January. 88 goals without, with like Saka, Martinelli, Odegaard basically contributing almost everything. Xhaka did a lot in terms of that as well. And we also scored 88 goals without scoring away at Everton. We left there with a blank without scoring at home to Brighton, left there with a blank without scoring away at Nottingham Forest. So if you can add to those goals, I feel like Havertz is going to bring more goals to the team. I think Trossard, starting from the start of the season, is going to bring more goals to the team. And just wait for my bold prediction at the end. I feel like you're going to score a bunch of goals. I think we're going to break our record once again. I don't think we're going to get to 100 goals, but I'm going to predict Arsenal to improve by 2 goals from last season. We are going to get 90 goals. So some games are going to be tighter. Like, maybe you're not going to put 3 past Liverpool home and away, or 5 past them, like in all 2 games like we did last season, 3 and 2. I think it could be like a 2-1 or something, but I'm going to go for 90 goals in the Premier League for Arsenal. Clean sheets is always difficult. I feel like we're going to concede a few goals when you don't expect. I was very impressed with the defense the other day with Timber, Saliba, Gabriel, and also Ben White. Ramsdale, Raya, all of them very good goalkeepers. It's going to be a tough one. It's a tough one to predict clean sheets. I don't think, maybe Ramsdale will not be top. I think in terms of rotation with Ray and Ramsdale, I don't think any of them will get the Golden Glove. Hopefully they do. But I'm going to go for Arsenal to get 15 clean sheets. I think 15 is fair enough. I think he got like 13 or something last season, and we considered a lot of goals at the end of the season. 15 would be great. If you can get to anywhere more than that, that would be great. So usually Golden Glove, 17, 18 assists, 18 clean sheets, you get it. Back in the day with the likes of Petr Cech and those kind of goalkeepers, you literally had to get like 25 clean sheets to win the Golden Glove. But these days, there's a lot of goals. So 15 clean sheets for Arsenal. Red cards. How many red cards are Arsenal going to pick up in all competitions this season? Last one, we didn't pick up any. It was still surprising. But this season, I feel like, there's going to be some games that are really high tempo, some games in the Champions League that you're just going to have to fight and fight and fight. And a lot of rule changes this season. If you just kick the ball or throw your hands to the referee, you're going to pick up a yellow card. Someone is going to lose concentration somewhere. Hopefully, don't pick up the silly red cards. Those red cards where it's silly and you're like, why did you do that? If it's like a red card where you're like, you know what, he had to do that, you're going to win this game because of that foul, that is fine. So I'm going to go for Arsenal to get 2 red cards next season. I don't want to predict who. It could be anyone. So 2 red cards next season. Cup competitions. Well, how far are we going to reach in all cup competitions? Carabao Cup, I've gone for it. We are going to finally win the Carabao Cup for the first time since the 90s. I feel like the squad that you're going to play in the Carabao Cup this season. Previously, Arsene Wenger, we had to play players like Traore and Denilson and those kind of guys in the and 16-year-old Wilshere, 16-year-old Ramsey in the Carabao Cup. Even recently, we had the likes of Maitland-Niles and Kolasinac playing Carabao Cup. Right now, we can actually have Timber playing in the Carabao Cup. We could have Kivio playing there. You could even start Saliba if you want. Jorginho will start. Smith-Rowe is there. Fabio Vieira is there. We could have Havertz starting. We could have Nketiah starting. Nelson is there. We could have Trossard starting. I think you're going to, if probably escape Man City in the Carabao Cup. I mean, if we face them at Wembley, we probably win. We usually beat them at Wembley, but early on in the round, like away, maybe they could beat us. But if you avoid Man City, I think you're going to win it. So I'm going to go for Arsenal to win the Carabao Cup. FA Cup, I'm going to go for us to reach the quarterfinal. I think by then, if you're still competing for the league, I think it's going to be hard to like just go for all competitions, depending on injuries. If you can keep every single player fit, but I'm going to go realistic. I'm going to go for Arsenal to reach the FA Cup quarterfinals. Champions League, I'm also going to go for Arsenal to reach the quarterfinals, not to win it. I've seen some people predicting Arsenal to win. I would absolutely love that, like coming back to the Champions League and then winning it right away. And also considering this is the last time that format is being used in Champions League, from next one is different, 5 teams qualifying from the Premier League, and also the structure will be different. So I would love us to win this kind of Champions League, the older version of the Champions League. But let's see, I'm going to go for Arsenal to reach the quarterfinals. I think the first one could be a bit of a stretch, but next one and then next season after that, I think we could be good in terms of competing. In the likes of Saka and Martinelli have all grown and at least played a few games in the Champions League and gotten used to the pressure and the tempo of it. So I'm going to go for Champions League quarterfinal, FA Cup quarterfinal, Champions League quarterfinal, Carabao Cup to win it. What about the Premier League? Oh, what the hell! I am going to go for it. I'm very confident this season. That is why I'm saying FA Cup quarterfinals, Champions League quarterfinals, because I feel like at that stage, like people will say once again, Arsenal 3 all competitions, but no, I think you could end up going out to a big team in the Champions League and FA Cup, maybe once again Man City or someone like that, or Liverpool. I am going to go for Arsenal to finish first in the Premier League table, not with 95 points or 96 points. I think this season, like Man City won it with like 88, 89 there, I think it's going to be enough once again. And all we really needed last season is either to beat Everton and Nottingham Forest, and we'd have won the Premier League, or beat Man City just once, you'd have won the Premier League. Like, just that was it. We needed to beat Man City once and would have won the Premier League. So I am going to go for Arsenal to finish top of the table this season. Let's go for it. Arsenal to win the Premier League for first time in 20 years. Also because Man City, I don't think they're going to win 4 times in a row. They could, obviously, and I am so confident in terms of saying if Man City don't finish fast, it's going to be Arsenal. Like, only Man City can finish above Arsenal this, and that's how confident I am. You'll see my next video. It will be Premier League predictions later on today. We'll talk about the other teams, but I'm going to go for Arsenal first. And then finally, my bold prediction of the season. This season, I think last season we've scored 5 goals. We rarely score 6 and 7. I think this is the season. This is my bold prediction. I think we're going to go score 7 goals in a game twice this season. Home or away, I don't know. We're going to go score 7 goals this season, twice, at least twice this season. I think someone is going to get a hammering with the potential of starting with Saka, Jesus, and Martinelli, and Odegaard and Trossard, and then you have Havertz coming off the bench, Nketiah angry from the bench trying to score as well. You have Smith Rowe coming off the bench, or maybe it would be vice versa, Trossard coming off the bench. Like, I think someone is going to eat a lot of goals, whether it's home or away. Probably home. I mean, that is in all competition, not just saying the league. Champions League is obviously difficult to do that, but so most likely Premier League or FA Cup or Carabao Cup, you're going to score 7 goals in a game at least twice next season. Let's go for it. What is your bold prediction of this season? Do you think Arsenal are going to win the Champions League? Do you think you're going to go unbeaten away from home and beaten at home? Do you think you're going to reach the Champions League final? Do you think you're going to win 2-3 trophies, the treble? Let me know your bold prediction of this season. So, top scorer in the league and all competitions, most assists, Premier League and all competitions. Who will be our best player? Who do you think will be the surprise package this season? How many goals will score? Clean sheets, red cards? How will we do in the cup competitions and also the league? And finally, your bold prediction of this season. Come on, Arsenal, let's do this. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch up with you guys on the next one.